Hey everyone, Kaiser, and welcome back to Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery. We got a brand new chapter that has hit chapter 47. Finally, it's been exactly 1 month since the previous chapter. I don't remember anything. My brain just isn't very good at remembering. But it says here, you're closer than ever to finding out R's true plans, but there are still questions to consider. With new insights into R's intentions, you rush to Olivia's office to compare notes. Oh yeah, Olivia! We found out about her memories, if I recall. It's called the Circle of Khanna. KC, thanks for meeting me again. Did you get a chance to talk to your dad about everything? Well, yes, but did you ask him about our using the mind control against the Ministry? My dad didn't deny that the mind control was part of R's plan, but he said that I didn't know the whole story. When I asked him what the whole story was, he just went on about making history and how I should join him. Your father sounds like a hard one to pin down. Whenever I ask him a difficult question, he has a way of avoiding it and answering a different question instead. That just sounds like one of my co-workers at the Ministry of Magic. Are you sure he doesn't work there? No way! My dad hates the Ministry with a passion. If you say so. Anyway, what have I missed? I spoke with Jacob, but he seems different, and I learned something interesting from Marula. It sounds like I have a lot to catch up on. Pull up a chair, Casey. I want to know everything. Yes, the more she knows, the better. Well, that was certainly a lot. Thanks for keeping me in the know-how, Casey. How are you feeling now that you've viewed your own memories? Honestly, it feels like those experiences happened to someone else. I'm still working on how to feel about it all. I'm sorry. Don't be, Casey. It wasn't your fault. In fact, it's thanks to you that I know the truth about myself. But I can't tell you how strange and frightening it is not to know if you can trust your own mind. When my brother first reached out to me via legitimacy, I wasn't sure I could trust my own mind either. And even now, I still don't know exactly who to believe. Finding out that your dad is the head of the dark cabal that you've been chasing for years does sound confusing. And Jacob suddenly agreeing with your dad? I'm not sure what to make of that. Sorry, you keep getting bad news. It hasn't been all bad news. Now that we've viewed your memories, I know I can trust you. Thanks, Casey. It feels nice to be trusted, and to know that you won't break into my office again. And now I understand why you felt it was so important. You need to get to the bottom of R's plans. I just wish we had learned more. Every answer leads to more and more questions. Yep, which means more and more chapters, which means this is going to be like 10 years before it's over. I know you may still be considering what to believe, Casey, but for me, this is clear as day. Mind control is just wrong. We can't let R mess with the Ministry the way Wakepick messed with my memory. What do you think, Casey? How do you feel about R's plans to use the mind control on the Ministry? I honestly, before I even read anything, I do not like it. I think the common sense answer is everybody should be able to make their own decision in life. Whatever that may be. But we'll read what it says here. Dad and Jacob make good points. I need more information. I am opposed. Yes, I am opposed. For the record, I consider myself opposed to mind control. Wait, opposed. That means that they're against it, right? Gee, I hope so. Thank goodness. I'm glad we're on the same page. It's trouble when someone messes with your head. It's just too bad that your family is involved. That certainly complicates things. My family being involved has certainly made for some awkward dinners. I imagine it would. Feels good to laugh, right? Anyway, now that we know a bit about R and what the plans are, the next question is, how do they plan to do it? How does one go about controlling someone else's mind? Legitimacy, maybe? Or some more memory tampering? That reminds me, Marula mentioned something when I spoke with her last. She mentioned that one of her jobs for R was to retrieve something from the sunken vaults. Really? What was she supposed to retrieve? Some kind of crown? She couldn't remember what it was called exactly. That's not much to go on. Perhaps I have to go to the library for some research. There's got to be more to learn about this crown. That's a great idea, Casey, but I think I have an even better one. I may know someone who can help us. My old mentor from a certain department in the ministry. I think I know the one that you mean. Is it a very mysterious department in the ministry? I couldn't possibly say, Casey, but if everyone knows about mind control, it's him. Or mind control crown. He's been studying mysteries forever, and I trust him implicitly. That's totally the words that I said. Let us pay this old mentor of yours a visit. Yes, let's. It's time for a trip to the Ministry of Magic. Well, after 10 hours of dialogue, we have to wait 3 hours. Ooh, I like the music. It's very mysterious. There he is, in his favorite chair, like always. That's your old mentor? Trust me, Casey, this is the man we need to talk about to learn about the mysterious mind control crowns. And that, Herbert, is why there are actually 6 principal exceptions to Gam's law of elemental transfiguration. Elton Elderberry. Debating with Herbert again, Elton? Olivia, I wasn't expecting you today. What brings you to the ministry? I wanted to introduce you to a friend of mine. This is KC, one of my students from Hogwarts. KC, this is Elton Elderberry, my favorite mentor from my past work from the ministry. Now, he's one of the ministry's most knowledgeable archivists. It is a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Elderberry. Likewise, Mr. Casey, the pleasure is mine. Hi, Poochie. You want a creepy thumbnail? You might just have it. Well, Herbert, aren't you going to introduce yourself? Like I was saying, creepy thumbnail. Fine, I'll do it for you. Mr. Casey, this is Herbert Chooseworthy III, my canine companion. It's nice to meet you, Herbert. Elton's been with the ministry since before anyone can even remember. Perhaps their memory is too short. They often lose track after the first 100 years. First 100 years? Give or take. Something wrong, Mr. Casey? Never seen an experienced ministry archivist before? Nothing's wrong, I just didn't realize you'd be so attractive. You didn't realize I'd be so what? Go on, you can say it. Old? I don't have enough for it? Are you serious? How close am I? I know I'm really close. Tall? There you have a dog. Okay, let's just go with the dog. Cheer good old Herbert up. I didn't expect you to have such a fine canine companion. Pfft, clearly you don't know Herbert very well. Yowl. Oh, quiet, Herbert. You know it's true. Maybe I should do like an old man's voice. Let's see if I can do that. I admit it. I'm older than dirt. Most kinds of dirt anyway. Nah, that's not it. Now, Olivia, I must know. How's your new position at Hogwarts going? It's going well, Alden. So far, it's been even more exciting than I expected. But I'm afraid I didn't come here for a reunion. We need to ask you something. Casey? Yes, we wanted to ask you about a crown that was found on Hogwarts grounds. A crown, you say? Well, there are many famous crowns having to do with that school. even as Ravenclaw lost diadem year after, I started speaking to Grey Lady. Old Carlisle Bimplethorpe used to wear a Christmas cracker crown year-round too. For good luck, he'd say. Mr. Elderberry, want to know about the crown that was stored in the sunken vault beneath the Black Lake? You can only mean the crown of Meneem. I suppose so? Can you tell us anything about it? As long as you promise not to meddle with it, I'll tell you what I know. Alright there, Mr. Chooseworthy. You're gonna get another history lesson. And I'm gonna say now, the dialogue in this chapter just is so long. Like, I've been recording for I don't know how long now, and... wow. Oh yeah, I wanted to check... That's what I wanted to check, the thing. Oh man, look at me, 2987 of 3230, so not at the very, very end, but I was getting pretty close. I definitely have to start doing more of this stuff. I just haven't really done anything. The Crown of Meneem is an object of legendary power. It grants its wearer the ability to project thoughts, memories, and even emotions into the mind of others. Because of the danger it posed, it was hidden away many years ago. Thank you for sharing your knowledge with us, Elton. Yes, thank you, Mr. Elderberry. I keep wanting to call him Dingleberry. Is that bad? If the crown has been taken from its resting place, as you say, then we are all in grave danger. I advise you to avoid the crown at all costs. It has a sinister history connected to the infamous Dark Wizard. Dark Wizard? Who? Why, Dewi Usagi, of course. Dewi Usagi? Who is that, KZ? I'll tell you on the way, Olivia. I gotta get this information to my friend to Hogwarts. Yes, we have to go back to the Circle of Khanna and tell everybody. And Marula too. Because if you don't know by now, Marula is still with the Circle of Khanna. I had a choice of whether to kick her out or not, and I decided to keep her in the group. Hello everyone, thanks for gathering on such short notice. There's so much I need to tell you, and I'm not even sure where to begin. Just start from where we left off, Casey. The last time we were all together, we voted on whether to keep Marula in the Circle of Khanna. And we voted to keep her as part of the Circle of Khanna. A lot has happened since we last met. Let me tell you about everything I've learned about our plans. Dewi Usagi had the scroll, didn't he? Or something about a scroll? Like, that was such a long time ago, but I remember something about him and a scroll. Mind control doesn't seem very nice. It doesn't seem nice, that's for sure. Are we planning to use mind control to take over the Ministry of Magic? And the Crown of Meneem, which can project thoughts and memories, is a key part of their plan. I had no idea such a powerful object even existed. The crown was secretly hidden in a sunken vault. Ari had Marula retrieve it when we were inside. But you had no idea that Ari was planning to use mind control like this. You have been busy since your last meeting. No, there's more. The Crown of Meneem is connected to Dewi Usagi in some way. Dewi Usagi, the wizard who created the Dark Scroll we've been trying to find out for so long? I knew there was something with the scroll. Yes, my memory has not collapsed completely yet. The same. It's all coming together. The crown, mind control, the Dark Scroll. Coincidence? I think not. But didn't your dad say R were the good guys? Mind control doesn't sound very good to me. R says the ministry is corrupt. R just wants control. I don't understand it either. Daddy did say that the ministry is corrupt, and that's the whole thing of all of this. So, My dad and the rest of our claim that the Ministry of Magic is corrupt beyond repair. He thinks R can fix the Ministry's problems and help more people by taking control of its most powerful members.
Huh?
I understand wanting to help people, but mind control? I suppose R believes that the end justifies the means. I don't care how corrupt the Ministry supposedly is. Nothing justifies mind control. But what if R's plan is actually the lesser of two evils? What do you mean? I'm just calling like I see it, Casey. You said it yourself, there's corruption in the Ministry. As long as you're rich and connected, the Ministry will let you get away with anything. Why else do you think Lucius Malfoy is allowed to walk free even though he was a Death Eater? But didn't he claim to be under the Impervious Curse when he was serving you-know-who? Lots of people claim that, but it worked for Lucius Malfoy because he is a Malfoy. My parents talk about this all the time. They don't think like I hear them, but I do. They even suspect that there are Death Eaters working in the Ministry right now. Maybe we should talk about something else. Whether R is justified or not, they still don't have the Dark Scroll, right? So there's still time? Right. As long as R doesn't have the Dark Scroll, we can find out more about what they're really planning. Whatever we do, we cannot let R get the Dark Scroll. If you say so. I think that's enough for tonight, everyone. Go get some sleep. I need to tell Jacob about everything too. Maybe there's still time to change his mind. Oh yeah, Jacob's acting all wonky and funny. I really need to talk to my brother. Vermilius. Hello again, Pip. Jacob. I'm glad to see you again. I'm glad to see you again too. A lot has happened since we last spoke. Let me tell you what I've learned. For some reason, I thought that there was somebody standing behind him, and they were zooming out and they were going to show who was standing behind him. The Crown of Manim? I've never heard of it before, and you say it's connected to Dave Ryusaki? Yes, after all this time, we finally know what R was looking for in the Chris Vaults. They were looking for the Crown of Manim so they could use its mind control powers to take over the Ministry. That's certainly interesting, but I'm not sure it's worth worrying over. It's not? How could you be so calm about this? Don't get me wrong, I'm concerned too, but I also think we should stay open-minded about R's intentions. But you've been through so much trying to stop R. Perhaps I was wrong to oppose them. Was there really anything R did to me that was all that bad? Trapped in a buried vault, burned getting the scroll, struck by the laughing curse. It's... What? Trapped in the buried vault? How could... Alright, I'm okay. You were trapped in a portrait in a buried vault for years. You suffered terribly in there. It was Rapick who left me trapped in a buried vault. She'd gone rogue. R had nothing to do with it. I didn't realize your views on R had changed so much, Jacob. The truth is, I know more than I did then. If you'd only let me explain, I'm sure we'd agree in the end. He is right about that. It was Rapick that did everything. And I'm sorry, you can probably hear my stomach. I'm pretty hungry, so it's pretty gurgly. I've gotten to know Dad so much better recently, and I've come to learn that his intentions are noble, if unorthodox. The Ministry is dangerously corrupt, and Dad's plan is the only way to clear out the rots. If you could only accept this, you'd be able to make the right decision and join R. I'm so confused. At least I know where you stand. I should have known you'd flip. The thing is, there have been times when Daddy has had really angry outbursts, just out of the blue. And that is really sticking with me still. I don't know if that makes sense at all, but I just don't trust him. I just think there's way more that's going on. But I don't know what to choose. That's the thing. I'm just gonna stick with I'm so confused. I don't really want to tick him off. I'm so confused. What happened to you, Jacob? You're acting like a different person. Look at me. I'm your brother. Nothing's changed. I simply know more now. My eyes are open. Why are you so pushing me so hard to join R now, Jacob? There's so much to consider, like my future, the ministry, everything R has done, my friends would think. Stop worrying about what your friends want. Think about what you want. We can all be a family again, making history together. Dad's plan for you is especially important. You don't know how lucky you are to be part of this, but time is running out, and you better decide soon. And you've been staying there for the last 6 months. I can't talk to you when you're like this. I need to go talk to my friends. Do whatever you need to do. I just hope you'll make the right decision in the end. He really does sound like Daddy, doesn't he? And yes, I know I'm exaggerating about the 6 months. I'm just saying it just keeps going. Wait, we're still going? I thought that was the last chapter. I guess not. Or sorry, the last quest of the chapter. We're meeting at the 3 broomsticks later. You should come. Okay. On the brighter side, I do love all the snow and everything. Now that we have the Christmas update that's hit in the App Store. It's so festive and nice. Ah yes, the calm before the storm, all the laughter and happiness. No, for goodness sakes, are you serious? Are you serious? He's buttering us up like a Thanksgiving turkey. Tell another one, Mr. Casey. Very well. Why is Mr. Ollivander never home? Because he's a wanderer. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. KC, come over and join the fun. What are you doing here, Dad? I was in the neighborhood and decided to stop in for a buddy beer when I ran into your classmates. We were hoping you would come join us. Where have you been hiding? I was talking to Jacob. Oh, sounds important. What were you two talking about? About you? About R? Nothing. Nothing, really. Nothing, eh? As you wish. KC, we were just getting to know your dad. I had no idea he was so funny and charming. He sure is. Neither did I. Don't let him fool you. He sure is. My dad's always had a way with people. Oh, stop. Anyone can seem charming as long as there's butterbeer involved. Dad, I really need to talk to my friends. You do have wonderful friends, Casey. It has been a pleasure getting to know them. I never realized they were so interesting and candid. What do you mean? Just that each one has an interesting story to tell. Let me explain my point. What if all of my friends also join R in the end? And then in the end of all this, Marula and I are the only ones on the outside looking in. Did I just predict the future? Because wouldn't that be pretty crazy? I think I predicted the future. I'm amazing. How do you know so much about my friends? I simply listen. Each one has a fascinating story to tell. Take Chiara here. Despite your unfortunate condition, you two still have managed to forge a bond. My condition? But I never said anything about... Your circle of friends is truly a wonder, KC. You're a wonder yourself. Get away from my friends. Okay, now this is getting really, really weird. Just what does he know? Because he's obviously been eavesdropping a lot. Or he has people that has been eavesdropping a lot on our friends. I don't like it. Get away from my friends. I don't know what you're trying to prove, but I don't like it. Now, calm down, Casey. We're just having a friendly chat. No harm, no foul. What was it you wanted to discuss with your friends anyway? Actually, I think we should speak. Alone. Very well. Let's find a place to speak together in confidence. Lead the way, Casey. That's me sighing, because this has opened up a really big can of worms. He has a lot of people, and he knows a lot about all of our friends, and me, and he knows a lot more than we realize, clearly. I will admit, it was a very long chapter. There was a lot of dialogue involved. It seemed like they broke down a lot of different things, but that's fine. I'm actually okay with that. The more we learn, the better moving forward with everything. We're still not really closer, though, to anything. I mean, outside of the whole thing with the Dark Scroll and everything we learned in the beginning, sure, but we're still just kind of stuck in limbo right now. Nothing's really broken through, and nothing really, really crazy's happened yet. I'm just worried that we're going to have a chapter every month again, and it's just going to be like, well, when is this going to end? And I don't mean that in a negative way, it's just clearly they don't want it to end. Because then if year 7 ends, then what, right? But I mean, I've talked about this a lot over the last many months. What is going to happen after year 7 ends? We're going to find out, but let me know down below, what do you think of this chapter and everything that unfolded? Do you think it's a possibility that our friends could join R as well? Subscribe for my Harry Potter Hogwarts mystery videos, and I will see you moving forward with more chapters in said Harry Potter Hogwarts mystery. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye everybody!